Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 8:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, September 20th, 2021. This is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. Click the subscribe and the bell if you want to be notified of the videos. Click on the thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, neighbors, families, enemies, whatever. Make sure people understand the RLC proposition. Intraday updates are on the Twitter link below the video. Let's move forward. Okay. Crap. One thing I hate talking about on these videos is when we have terrible days like what we've witnessed, and we certainly have seen it recently. Okay, so we did talk about the possibility of if we broke this line at 392, we could be in for a fall down to 320. We talked about this on the last video. I think we could potentially now be in for something worse. The reason why I'm generally bullish on RLC had to do with more of the crypto market, not really taking into consideration all the macro events, because macro events don't really rear its ugly head until something out of nowhere comes out of nowhere. Well, what happened? Well, we got the Evergrande situation with China. That came up. A lot of people starting to get even more worried about the Fed coming out, probably because now a lot of people are thinking that the Fed's going to talk about tapering, which is bad for the stock market. That stock market held that happened today, which was like 2-3%, maybe more in some cases. All of that played into a negative impact to the crypto market. Everyone was selling assets across the board. I think even silver was down. Look, the bottom line is this. RLC we can think that the crypto market is great, but there are things that are macro to the crypto market that does have an impact. And this is one of those points in time where it's had nothing to do with crypto at all. However, casualties of war happen. So this is exactly what happened. RLC is no isolated case whatsoever. Everything got hammered today, hands down. Now, RLC is around 313 right now. Let's go take a look at a little bit more of this price action that's been going on. I said on a couple of videos ago, a video ago when we talked about RLC, I figured, I'd point out the fact that if we did break down below this line, the next stop would be 320. Well, that's exactly where we went. Now we're actually a little below that. So we have to start positioning ourselves to think, where else could we go? Are we going to bounce? When are we going to bounce? Et cetera, et cetera. So let me zoom back out so we take another holistic view of what's going on here. The possibility, there's several possibilities here, and everyone should be aware. First and foremost, RLC has been a long-term channel since March of 2020. We never really zoom out on this, but it puts things into better perspective for long-term holders like myself. And through this period, we have been up, we have been down, we've been all over the map. But the bottom line here is there is a bottom line. That's the bottom line. I have my thing right on it right now. Yes, that is the bottom line. We have been worst case before. We were down to $2, if anyone remembers, and even below that, we've been down here at $1.14. I mean, yeah, we had a nice moon, but we came rushing right back down. We were at $2 not too long ago. Look, we could be getting yet another buying opportunity at $2.63. That's only 50 cents from where we're at. What is that? 1/6. Man, my math is off right now. 15%, something like that. Look, the bottom line is this. If you're a patient investor and you think you might want to sit it out and see if you can get it, great. I mean, you're kind of like, it's a bit of a risky game to try to time the bottom. But, look, I have 100% of what I want in RLC already in RLC. I may buy more. I may put another 25% down if we get to the bottom of this channel. This channel, again, has been going on for over almost 1.5 years now. So I'm not 100%, I'm not scared of this. Fine, I welcome the pullback. If it hits the bottom of the channel, great, I'll buy more. But you have to do it cautiously. You can't just go all in on the bottom of the channel. You just gotta, a little bit here, wait a little, see how it jives, and then add a little more. Again, layering into the trade is important. If you're not in it right now, don't dump everything on it. Put a little here, a little there. Now, RLC Bitcoin. Still sort of respecting, but also disrespecting this line. Not a big fan of this price action. Now, it could potentially go down to here. And if it does, we'll be going from 7,500 down to 6,300, another 12-15% down from where we're at. That's no different than the distance between here and this line, which is around 15%, like we just said. So RLC Bitcoin does have a correlation with RLC US dollar. Now let's just take a look at the Bitcoin US dollar pair. This has been hell for most to watch. So let's just take a look at what's going on here. First and foremost, when we went down into this nasty rectangle here back in May, it took from May 19th all the way to June 20th. So it took about between May 19th and let's just say July 20th. So it's like a couple of months in the making. Now, the distance between this, getting into this rough channel here, and this other, if you could see it, it goes up and then all the way down again. It's very similar to what's going on over here. It went up and all the way down again. That's about halfway through the cycle. This whole cycle here was a couple of months. With this whole cycle, and by the way, between here and here, it was halfway through the cycle. So between here and here, we're about halfway through the cycle. Well, what's the full cycle? The full cycle started in September 6th, September 7th, all the way to now, which is September 20th. That's almost 2 weeks, about 2 weeks almost. So I think we have another 2 weeks of choppiness ahead. It's going to be very, 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 very volatile. I would just, caution everyone. It's going to be shitty for the next 2 weeks. But, who knows? It could just suddenly miraculously rebound tomorrow. But I have a feeling we're going to be in for a bit of chop for the next 2 weeks. And again, all driven by the macro event, nothing related directly to RLC. So don't think that either. Now, the Bitcoin dominance that you should be aware of is the fact that we are now reversing into more Bitcoin dominance. Now, Bitcoin's market share is growing over the altcoin market. Why? Because of what's going on. Look on the newspaper. Look online. CNBC. First thing, it's blood red out there. So apparently people, retail investors are the first ones to leave and jump ship. Institutions, because they don't play with their own direct money, personal money, they're playing with other investors' money. So they have more patience. So that's why Bitcoin is, predominantly a mix of retail and institutionals, and altcoins are primarily retail. So look, the bottom line is this, try to think like a money manager. What would they do? I don't think they're jumping ship right here. They might actually be buying more. And I'm not recommending that to anyone. Everyone's got a different risk profile, so I don't know you from Jack, but you should do your research, seek out financial advice. But I think RLC is in a good spot here. I'm hoping I can take another shot at it if it hits, the $2.65 range. I'll definitely be on that. I would not mind increasing my risk exposure for that. Anyway, I'm out. Hope everyone's well. Take it easy.